I'm going to say it again. The reason why the United Nations, in its anti apartheid work, did not focus on the economic side of apartheid and focused almost exclusively on the racial side of it is because, and evidence is showing this, and I'm increasingly believing this, that the economic emancipation of humanity is not what the United Nations is interested in. I believe that the United Nations is part of the Communist International, which is all about creating a situation where you have a wealthy, powerful ruling elite at the top, and then the rest of us at the bottom. Very much like in the Hunger Games, very much like in 1984 by George Orwell. And I think one of the ways that they keep people from questioning this is by emphasizing racism across the world, like how there was the World Conference Against Racism. That conference against racism, yes, racism exists, okay, but colonization was an economic enterprise, not a racial enterprise. Because if it was all about race, why are they still poor white people? Why are they poor white people in Europe? Why in England are they white people who are poor and can't even read and write English? This is because education is a tool for economic emancipation. And the United Nations, along with the global elites, are not interested in the humanity as a whole being economically self-sufficient. Because when you're economically self-sufficient, you don't need to listen to anyone's rules that you don't want to listen to. You can just get up and go and carry on with your life somewhere on this massive earth that we are on. Okay. Also, economic emancipation means that you have way more access to the information that would allow you to find a place on this planet where you cannot be touched by these elites. They don't want that. And then you look at the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. This is where the World Economic Forum comes up with the idea that you will own nothing and be happy. They don't want a humanity that is economically independent of the powers that be, that is economically independent of the world government structures, like the UN, the World Bank, the IMF, okay? And this is why in South Africa, the United Nations has no problem with the increasing poverty of Black people, has no problem that poverty is not dealt with, but it's only managed through the payment of grants like the SASSA grants, for example. So I think we need to wake up and understand that the economic issue is the issue, not racism. Thank you.